Have you ever met that kind of spiritual guide who talks to you about giving up everything while living in a perfect house, maybe with more comforts than the Grand Hotel? Maybe it's one of those who tells you to don't get attached to material things while you pray to have at least a decent pair of shoes. They really understand spirituality, especially when they preach it to others sitting comfortably on the leather sofa. Today, we enter the world of the enlightened religious, those spiritual leaders who seem to have gained control not only over their own lives, but also over the lives of others, as if they were spiritual directors of an entire nation. They always know what is right, what is wrong, and miracle of miracles. They even know what you want, even if you are not entirely sure. But there is one detail that escapes. It seems that they, the great guardians of serenity and inner peace, are unable to laugh a little at their own contradictions. Maybe a liberating laugh would do them good, right? The Spiritual Control Manual for the Chosen Only. The Enlightened guides seem to have an infallible recipe for every problem in life. Do as I say, and everything will be fine. They tell us about a world where all you have to do is follow the rules, preferably theirs, and happiness is guaranteed. But behind every enlightened speech, the truth often emerges. Their guidelines are ideal for everyone, except for them. For example, while they teach the renunciation of material goods, their homes are palaces, and they do not miss out on any small luxury. But they, obviously, make sure to let us know that they do it to get closer to others. At this point, we start to doubt. Perhaps their real secret mantra is, follow an example, but not too much. The philosophy of the perfect life. The funny thing is that these enlightened people always know everything about how to live an ideal life, from tips on nutrition to advice on how to choose friends. Here's the paradox. Even if they recommend having only genuine relationships, they are often the ones who live surrounded by people who nod at every word and never dare to contradict them. Maybe they think that their own rules are a kind of spiritual diet to be prescribed, but not followed. Eat little, meditate a lot, speak only when necessary, they say, while organizing all-day conferences and tasting dishes that will make your head spin. So we ask ourselves, is the secret to a long and happy life theirs or ours that we can laugh about it? The art of contradiction. Imagine a spiritual leader who preaches to take it easy, never stress, and let go of all ambition. Yet there he is with a tight schedule, world tours, and a list of appointments that would require 2 secretaries to keep up with. Doesn't that make you laugh? Or those preachers of frugality who, immediately after reminding their followers to be content with less, jet off in private jets to better reach distant communities. It almost seems like their philosophy of life is, do as I say, not as I do. We might suggest a new slogan for them, inner peace and serenity, but only if it suits me. Humor as a lost secret. After all this, maybe what they need most is a little sense of humor, because while we laugh at their antics, they seem too busy maintaining an aura of seriousness. But what's wrong with a laugh every now and then? Don't we all want to follow people who take themselves a little less seriously and admit that they're human? After all, a laugh is what would really bring them closer to their followers and make their message more authentic. Maybe one day they will surprise us, come down from their pedestal, and tell us that they too have days when everything goes wrong, that they secretly make a hamburger every now and then, and that yes, sometimes they fall asleep during meditation. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Maybe they would even become the first ones to laugh out loud at their own sermons and the style prophecies they so fervently launch. Life is beautiful, even without a manual. In short, between one sermon and another, life is too short to take ourselves so seriously. Perhaps the real message of these gurus should be precisely this. Do what makes you feel good, and every now and then, forget about the rules and expectations. After all, enlightenment is nothing more than enjoying life without too many instructions for use. So, to the next guru who tells you to find inner balance, remember, he too loses it from time to time. Maybe inside, he is laughing at the fact that he too is just a person who occasionally stumbles over his own precious advice.